I've said it before, but it is really funny how she's just wholesale a Boondocks character. Hello and welcome back to another Gunpla review. Today we're taking a look at the Figurized Standard Chuchu. Alright, and starting off as always with the articulation. And the pinks are really washed out on my screen, but don't worry, the actual pinks on this are perfect. Head is weird. There's like a weird curved piece that goes up into a ball joint in the head. You can kind of get some movement out of it, but honestly it doesn't really do much. Then there's a really obvious and kind of ugly hinge at the top of the neck there. Does mean you can bring the head really far back though, which is good. And there's a ball joint down at the base of the neck for a little bit of a wiggle and a full rotation. Speaking of the head, both of her pom-poms are on universal joints. Not that that really matters because there's not a ton of movement you can really get out of them anyway, but hey, it's there. The funny thing is, the chest is actually built in such a way that you can swap this out for regular arms if you get, like, let's say Nika, I guess. But the hoodie plugs into those sockets, and then there's a second ball joint socket on the outside of that part for the sleeved arms. Not a ton of range because of this, but it is a ball joint and a hinge. Then you get about 90 degrees at the elbow, which has a rotation, and then you get a second bend here for a little bit more, and the wrists are also on universal joints, so swivel, hinge, swivel. There are joints in here for articulation, but not really much point, huh? There is a slight problem with the hoodie in that that's the entire hip range with it on. You get a really nice bend at the knee, which is, what, 100 degrees, 110 degrees. And the ankle is fairly standard for Bandai at this point. Swivel, hinge with an angled peg into the foot for swivel. So, as much as I hate to say it, this is not very well articulated. Like, I'm more than half tempted to get 30-minute sister limb parts and just make a fabric sweater to put over it. Because, like, you could easily do that. Or you could buy one of the other girls and use those arms, I guess, but there would be, you know, the big flowy sleeves that wouldn't really mesh that well. You'd probably want to get like a 30-minute sister arm to put under it. Point is, there are regular ball joints in the torso, so you could totally do that if you wanted to make a custom actual fabric one. And thinking about it, you probably wouldn't have to swap out any of the other parts then. Speaking of the other parts, let's actually get into the accessories. Starting off, as always, with the color correction, and by extension, stickers. This is the water slides. You may notice the little wedge taken out there is because I screwed up a little bit, but it's fine. They turned out fine in the end. And yeah, you get a lot of different options here. Let's go over that. Well, let's go over this in a minute. Let's go over this sticker sheet. I'm not entirely sure why they give you duplicates here, because these are just straight up duplicates. I guess since they're small, if you screw up, it'd be nice to have a second chance, but also kind of feels unnecessary. It's like they give you 3 of the school emblem, but then they didn't bother putting one on the water slide. It's like, what was the point? I had to hand paint it, which, I mean, I think I did a good job, but weird. Anyway, yeah, they give you a sticker, but then they give you 2 water slides for the mouth anyway, so no real reason to use the sticker. Then yeah, the uniform, these aren't even visible. They're the black stripes on the shoulder. This one's the black stripe on the tie. These are all the different pockets. Actually, these two are the stripes on the sleeve. These ones are the straps on the shoes. And yeah, these are for the not cell phone. Anyway, getting into the accessories proper. Let's start off with the different faces, because you actually do get multiple faceplates. You get... Oh. Let's lock it. Yeah, there we go. This is the default, which is tampo printing. It looks fine. She's looking very, very slightly to the left, which I didn't notice originally, but yeah, it is a very slight tilt on the eyes. Then these are all marked. The light's kind of washing it out, but they have A, B, and C on them, so you can actually... Anyway, let's talk about B first, which is the open mouth option face. It occurs to me that you couldn't use any of the eyes on the normal face, because it's... I mean, I guess you could probably paint over, but you basically have to use all the eyes for these optional faces, which is a bit of an odd choice. Anyway, yeah, I used the water slide for the mouth, and then I used a little bit of a gloss coat over it, so that it had a little bit of a shine on the tongue, because I thought it looked kind of weird when it was flat. And finally, you get the gritting teeth faceplate, which definitely recommend a little bit of a gray panel liner along the teeth there, because otherwise it looks weird. And yeah, there's a lot of different options. I'm actually going to take it out of that to make it a bit easier to show off. There's 8 different expressions, and each one has forward-facing, left, and right. Obviously, I just used the forward-facing, because honestly, if you turn the head, it kind of looks anyway, so it's fine. Just sort of a neutral, which is kind of odd considering that the faces you actually put the eyes on are, emotive, but honestly, is there even a difference between these two? The eyebrows are slightly more angry here. And I mean, of course I had to go with the punch face, because, I mean, it's perfect. I did end up screwing up the water slide a little bit. I chipped off a blush on this side, which is why this is missing. I repaired it, and you can't really tell, but oops. Hey, this was the first thing I actually properly water slided. I did a pretty good job. Anyway, to swap the faces is really easy. You just pull off the hair, pull off the face, and then swap on whichever one you want to use. As for other accessories, you get a pretty good amount of hands, honestly. You get 2 closed fists, 2 open splayed hands. Kind of hard to show them off without attaching them on, but like the sculpting on them is really good. I should point out you only get 2 wrists, which is kind of annoying. You have to swap the hands onto the wrists, but you get a left pointing-ish hand. I mean, it's sort of... You can use it for a lot of stuff. She also gets a left open hand that has the peg hole on the back, so she can rest her chin on her palm, which, yeah, that fits for the character. Finally, for the hands that you have to reuse the wrists for, you get 2 for holding her cell phone. Which, yeah, fair enough, I guess. I don't know, it feels a little bit weird to include left and right of this, but not like the pointing hand. And finally, you do get 2 holding hands, though they actually have their own unique wrist piece, so... And as for accessories that can be held in those hands, let's start off with the little gray rectangle. I mean, seriously, this is easy enough that you can make at least like 5 or 6. It does actually fit rather nicely into the hand designed for it, though. It's not going to fall out or anything. And yeah, it's technically not a cell phone, but come on, it's a cell phone. Otherwise, well, she's a mechanic, so you do get 2 different wrenches. This one kinda looks like a weird bootleg wrench. I I don't know, something about the sculpt on this just doesn't look right to me. Maybe if it was in focus, it'd be a little bit easier. Like, I don't know, something about this just doesn't look right. The adjustable wrench looks much more like a real one. I mean, it's missing the cylinder in the center there, but otherwise it looks much closer to what I would expect a wrench to look like. And if you're wondering why these are shiny, it's because I dry brushed them with silver. They are just molded in the gray plastic. And if you know anything about this figure, you know we're not done yet, because we gotta go over all this. Yes, rather than just figure out how to add articulation to this floof, they instead decided to give you 2 different collar pieces and 3 different lower torsos. So, yeah, I'll be back in a sec while I have her T-posing, I guess. It does let me show off. Yeah, I wasn't joking about there being real joints inside here, and also the black that you can't see normally. So you can straight up just swap this out for normal arms if you really wanted to. Another thing I kind of feel the need to mention is the torso goes up really far underneath the top. Like, I've seen what the other characters look like there, and it's just like a little tiny bit of skin. Like, they really just sculpted her whole stomach. The light's kind of blowing it out, but yeah, she has a sculpted belly button. And on the back, I mean, they sculpted the tailbone. Like, some designer at Bandai was having way too much fun. Another thing I should probably bring up is that these are just free-floating, so they will fall off when you're swapping hands. Just a warning. That took longer than expected. Anyway, the sitting parts work fine. I do have to point out that the hoodie or sweater, it's not a hoodie, is it? It doesn't have a hood. The sweater is more molded for, like, sitting on the floor than sitting on a chair. I mean, you could have her sitting on a chair, but, like, the sculpt look a little off. I will say, she is flattened out to be able to sit down. It's always funny to me when they do that. You need a part specifically for sitting, let's just flatten it so make sure it sits flat. As for the articulation sitting, these legs are just straight up reused from the standing body, so all that articulation's still there. Including the thigh swivel, which mostly works, though the sculpting on it is a little bit odd. It like pops a slight gap if you turn it a certain way. I didn't even mention it when she was standing because frankly it doesn't matter, but here, yeah, it actually does matter. Alright, give me a minute and I'll swap over to the other parts. And here is what you've all been waiting for. The Slav squat parts. The hips are now a fixed pose, but still knees, surprisingly. And the lower leg is just reused from the others. Arms are completely the same. Head is completely the same. Oh god, I have to swap it back to the standing pose now, don't I? Alright, here we go again. Alright, just a few more things. First, it is kind of funny. It feels like the designer intentionally did this so you could give her a crop top, like... Come on, man. Anyway, otherwise, forgot to include it until now. It does come with an Action Base 6. I've reviewed this on its own, and frankly, it feels a little redundant here because, like, you only get 3 poses anyway. It's not like she's doing aerial kicks, you know? And as you've seen, she balances perfectly fine. This is a completely redundant thing to include. Again, kind of why I want to get, like, a cloth sweater for her, because, like, it'd be nice to be able to actually pose the legs at all. Right, anyway. As for a quick size comparison, Chuchu's really short. Very much a chihuahua. Like, thinking about it, the big pom-poms are kind of dog ears too. Anyway, Yeah, like, her hair is like a sixth of her height alone. She's really short. So, to wrap this review up, I really like Chuchu. It's probably the best character in G-Witch, to be honest. I just kind of wish this was a little bit better. And the thing is, like, they did what they could. The huge baggy sweater, hoodie, whatever you want to call it, like, it just covers so much of the body that, like, I'm not surprised that this thing's basically a brick, but I am kind of disappointed. Like I said, eventually I'm probably just going to customize this with a cloth one, because I don't like her being a brick. The engineering's all there, and if you don't mind having her in one of the 3 poses that it allows, it's very good. Painting is fairly minimal, though the magenta they use is a little bit of an odd color to mix. Like, it's a good kit, you just have to suffer from the design's shortcomings. Engineering-wise, of course, this is a great character design. As long as you don't mind putting in a bit of work, this is a very good kit. Also, just quickly before things are fully wrapped up, I apologize if the color is all over the place in this video. Something about this powder pink, just, my camera does not like it at all. It doesn't matter what I tried with the lighting, it just would not capture it properly, so I assure you, in person, the colors are perfectly fine. And that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to let me know what you think down in the comments below. Subscribe and hit the bell to be alerted for future reviews. Come chill in the Discord. Follow me on Twitter, if that's even still around. And consider supporting me on Patreon so I can keep bringing you videos like this. And, as always, until next time, happy building.